So welcome back to Sorare Wakey Academy, and again it's been a while since I've done a video because obviously work gets in the way when you're working full time, but hopefully I can show you the gallery now and where we're up to and what we've updated and the players we've got into the gallery now, which I think has been a lot better than what I had before. And you'll see straight away when you look up at my top gallery here and it says how many cards I have, you'll notice there's no reds, no rares anymore. I just don't think I could compete with the money that I had on the rare scene, so I've gone back to limiteds, see if we can get a load of money from the limiteds and try and win some rewards. So here goes, and I'll show you the cards that we now have on who we brought in. And just before we do that, guys, remember to hit that like button, also subscribe if it's your first time here and you haven't done it already, and if you've been here loads of times and still haven't subscribed, shame on you, get it done. So let's get on to this gallery now then. So we'll just have a little talk through of the cards that we have got. And then Manuel Neuer is the last one that I bought. And obviously with Bayern Munich being his team, and I think he will go back there. He has broken his leg. He's back in training, full training. So hopefully he starts for the next season. But he's saying himself that there might be a chance he doesn't end his career at Bayern Munich. So we'll have to see where he goes with that. Mika Marmol, I've talked about him in other videos before. Plays for Andorra. Great player. I think he was a Barcelona player at one time, and he's on loan there. And he's a decent player. Look at his scores; he's on 70s and stuff. Doku's another one. Everyone should know about Doku by now. And of course, Jude Bellingham. This is probably I'd say my biggest signing. Not my most expensive, but my biggest signing. I want Bellingham. He's on his way to Madrid, hopefully, and should be getting even better scores than what he's got now if he can break into that team. I also went down. I got Matthias de Ligt as well. And Ryan Gravenbach, both from Bayern. So if you add this, when you look at the options I've got now with Manuel Neuer, de Ligt and Gravenbach, and next to him, Joshua Kimmich as well. That's given me quite a good Bayern stack there, but I'm probably not going to play them as stacks. I might play Gravenbach on the bench to start with because he's not getting in the team just yet. Neuer might not get in that team just yet, so we'll have to see where it goes. And I think I'll use de Ligt in the under-23s, but I'll talk about that a bit more as well after. Nicholas Beste was just one of them. I did a trade and his card was there, and I've always liked him. Great player. I know he's moving up a league, so we'll see how he goes there. His scoring won't be as good, I don't think, but if it is as good as it is now, he's going to be worth a lot of money, so good luck to Beste on that. I've also got the goalkeepers that I brought in here. For Bruggen, who should be on his way to United, I think. He might be sat on the bench for a bit until he gets rid of De Gea. And we've also got Van der Voort, who I've had it for years, I'll say for years, for at least the last year and that I had him and got rid. When all them prices crashed, I was getting rid of him and I brought him back in. Badiashile is also out at the moment, injured, but when the new season starts, a couple of weeks into the season, he should be fit again. Hopefully he can get into that Chelsea side, which have struggled for somebody like him. Calvin Stengs, great player a few years ago. Went off the boil a bit, but he's back now and he's playing at Antwerp and he's playing that attacking midfield role and he's suiting it quite well. I've also brought in Xavi Simons. Now he might be going back to PSG. He did sign this 5-year contract with PSV, but they also had this buyback clause, so they might have got him back and brought him back to their place. So we'll have to see where he plays. I mean, if he hits it off at PSG and gets some good scores to start with, he could be worth like 300 or 400 maybe. Again, we then move to Teddy Chuma, who's not the youngest of players, but he just bangs his scores in every single week. He's at Union, USG, and you'll see from his scores when I show you after, when we go into Sorare data, you'll see his scores coming in there. Fantastic player. Kyogo, we don't know what's going on with him now as Ange is leaving Celtic, so maybe he'll take Kyogo with him. Is Harry Kane going to go when he steps in? I don't know. But if he stays at Celtic, he's going to bang the goals, isn't he? Jay Gorta was bought as a backup for my other goalkeeper down here, Kel Roos. So both Aberdeen played well. I don't know if Gorta's on his way back now, but I brought them in case Kel Roos got dropped for any reason and Gorta took his place. But I think Gorta's still a young goalkeeper and he's a good one. So even if he goes back to the Netherlands, he might break into a team somewhere there and be decent. We've got Kevin Van Veen, who bangs the scores, and again a 66 look in his last 15. Great player, great scorer, good for a European side and a challenger side. But then next to him we've got Tajani Rajinders, who if you put him alongside Teddy Chuma and then maybe Van Veen up front or Kyogo, it's a hell of a score you're going to be getting from that team. And everyone next to him, Unveiled, one of my favourite players, left back with Ajax at the moment. Will he stay in that team? I don't know. They've got so many players coming back from loan spells and from injuries, and I'm not sure. He's had a bad start to his career there, but he's just been playing in the last few games and getting decent scores, so hopefully he breaks in and stays there. Melly Mudenstein, that speaks for itself. He's moved to that midfield slot and has looked really good again. Then we're going to my second division players, which I've had up for a while now, so I think these were on the gallery last time then, even when I had the rares. But we've got Philip Clement and Ron Schellenberg, Lars Stindl, who's on his way to, how do you pronounce this now, is it Kaiserslautern? I can't think how you say it now. But he's on his way to second division in Germany, so should score quite well there, I think. Karlsruhe, I can't remember what the team's called now. Then we've got Nabel, who's at the same place then. Now, Paul Nabel, if you don't know, has been getting some great scores in the midfield, and he's only young. He's only, what, is he 19 or 20 now? I think he's 20. Great scorers. Marco John, a lot of you will know him already, and I've got his defender card. I did have his midfield card, got rid of it and got his defender card, because I think it's a better card to have, just a personal view. And we've got Tobias Kemp, who has gone up with Darmstadt, but whether he stays there or not, I don't know if he'll move out of that club and go somewhere else, but if he stays there and plays, because he's just broke back into the side and he's been scoring quite well, again he could do well for my second division side. Then I have got these St. Pauli players, which I'm still holding on to just because they give me that extra 2% on all my players. You can see here one's on 10, 9, 9, 9. The percentage is great for these. A lot of these players, again, you'll notice that there's Duquois there. Go and have a look at Duquois. He's a good player then. Riesco's decent. We've got Kaufman, Mikkel Kaufman. Another striker for that Kaiserslautern team, so I'm hoping they're going to do quite well. Hopefully he matches up with Stindl and they do really well. I've got Sinistera then, who I thought, if he stays at Leeds, his scores are going to be so good. But if he goes, he could go to a decent club, he might go back to the Netherlands, you just don't know with him, so I think it's a chance worth taking at £4.94. Saliakos and Irvine, the ones, I've got Irvine up for sale, but only because I can't fit him into the squads I've got. But Saliakos will be my left back. He plays right back, but he will be my defender for St. Pauli and that second division team that I've got. I think you would have seen the rest of these already, but let's just have a quick run through just in case. Computer's a little bit slow there, but we've got Gilletta Carr and Onuachu, both gone down with Southampton, so maybe they can ignite their careers again and do well. Somari I've talked about in the past, and Hiragota. Steph Peters, great midfielder, and on his day, I heard he was going somewhere as well. He was going to a higher club up the league, and I can't remember which club it was. Maybe you'll tell me in the comments below. And we've got Boris Lambert, a young 21-year-old, he's probably 22 in fact now, but he's coming in the 23 utility again for a while longer. And Arezo and Petkov you already know about as well from my last videos. If you haven't seen them, go and check them out in the video list that I've got on my channel. Now coming to the guys that I'm following then, I have done this follow list, and the reason being, if I can't afford them all, then I might win one or two of these. And I think I said again on another video that I did, if there's like 10 guys at the top and you come in the top 10, they're more than likely going to give you one of the guys that's on your watch list or on your follows list rather than just some of a random guy. So I'm just putting, I don't know if that is true or whether it works or not. It's worked a couple of times so far, so I don't know, it might work again. But I'm just having a look at these guys. These are guys that I'm going to be looking at buying at some time then, when the funds come in. And there's some big players on here as well, like Bruno Fernandes and Mbappe, Messi. Messi's probably the number one target at the moment. It also depends where he goes. Rumours are the Barcelona one, but we'll see. Haaland and De Bruyne, Rodrigo. I mean, they're all either young or elite players. So that's how I see it at the moment then. Camavinga's there, Enzo Fernandez, that Butcherina I've been talking about on Twitter with a few guys now. Joey Veerman, I'd still like to get a Veerman just to help out that challenger side. And we've got Kirkes, who was on his way to Portugal, I believe, so that would be a good move for him. And then there was again Wrench, you've known before. Cherky, of course, still needs to prove himself massively. Julian Timber's going to move, and so is Costa, possibly both of them to United, so we'll see how they get on. But that's the sort of players that I'm targeting at the moment. I also did a watch list on Sorare Data, and this is my the guys I want right now. If I could get them right now, I would do. So a few of these are on the follow list that I've just shown you. Messi, of course, De Bruyne. I think I'll only get maybe like 3 or 4 of these, but these are the big ones that I'm targeting. So you can see I've made this public as well, so you can go and see this. I think, yeah, one right now is public. So that's my list of players that I'm after. They're the targets that I'm going for, so you can sort of see what I'm doing. Now, also, I wanted to show on my squads then, because I tried to take these down into teams then. And I'll show you another page as well, which I printed and I posted on Twitter earlier, of my a breakdown of my team. So I'll put that up as well in a minute then. But let's have a look at the cards. I put them in just like 5 players, as if I'm actually playing the game now, as if they were all playing in this game week. And this is the ones I'd go for, the teams I'd go for. So Van der Voort with De Ligt, Bellingham, Simons and Doku. I think as an under-23 team, that could get some cards. Possibly high cards as well. I'm hoping, depending of course if Bellingham makes that team. Depends if Simons goes, if he kicks off or not. We'll see. But that's my under-23 team as we stand at the moment. And there's reasons why I put certain players in certain teams, but because I was talking about having this team with the Bayern Munich players, but at the moment it doesn't suit very well. So Manuel Neuer, if he comes back, Kimmich, Badiashile, they should be swapped round actually, shouldn't they? So it's Badiashile and then Kimmich. And then grab him back, and Messi, as I said, the man that I'm targeting most now is Messi, so he will slot into this team here, the Championship. And obviously the grab him back one, he will become like a reserve player, or he'll go in the capped sort of tournaments. And we'll get a better midfielder in there. It depends, doesn't it? I mean, if Xavi Simons goes to PSG, then he'll come in here instead of grabbing back. Now, who else do we have here then? We've got my challenger side at the moment. I don't know whether to go with Verbruggen or Van der Voort in this, and I'm one of the under-23s. Don't know which way round I'll do that at the moment, but we've got Verbruggen, we've got Owen Vindal, if he stays in that position at left back. And we've got Rajinders, Chuma and Furuhashi. I think, again, that could be quite high up in the placings. If Chuma can stay fit and doesn't get red card or anything, then it should be decent. That'll get me a good return, I think, as well. Now then, what was the ones we had? We had the Division 2, so I've had quite good success with Division 2. But we've got Vassils and Saliakos then, both at St. Pauli. And I've gone with Schallenberg, I think he might be on the move as well. So we'll play it by ear with this, and this might change by the start of the season. Philip Clement then, who on his day, and he's just come back from injury, but on his day he bangs in the scores massively. And then we've got Sinistera, who I've just explained to early, could do well at Leeds or might move and do even better elsewhere. Especially if he goes back to Holland somewhere, or Netherlands, sorry. Then we've got my All-Star, which is like the best of the rest in one way. We've got Kel Roos in there, I've got Melly Meulenstein, Beste, Stindl and Stengs. Now I said about Stindl, I'd like to put him in the second division with Kaufman as playing in the same team, I think. I don't know who's moving or if they're not, but I'd like them two to play together. So this is just how it stands right now at this moment in time. So that's my All-Star team. And I did like a little cap thing, so these are the players that were left that could go into cap tournaments, but they could also fill in the places. If nobody's playing or the player's not playing one day, they could fill in them positions. So we do have a mixture here of, I think we've got a few championship players here. I can't remember, to be honest, but we've definitely got Challenger, we've definitely got the under-23s, and I don't know if we've got a few champion or not. Doesn't look like it, because these two are not champion anymore, they're now second division, so it covers quite a lot of things, and I could enter a cap tournament maybe. And as I go along as well, we've got 2 or 3 months before the season kicks off in Europe, so this will get stronger and stronger as we go along. So I move on to the database that I made then, and again this will change because I've got here the subs for each team, but if Rajinders doesn't play one week, I probably won't bring Peters, and I'll probably bring someone from down here into that side, like Xavi Simons if he's available. We'll go into that. I'll try and select it so I go with my best team first. So it might be that I decide under-23 has got the best chance of winning, so that will depend where I put them players. As I want to try and win cards now with these limiteds. But I'm sort of trying to do this to help myself out, so I can look at it quickly and say he'd be better over there, and he would be better if he played in that team. So it's just a way of laying it all out so I can see what's going on. But it all looks decent. I haven't put Messi up there. I haven't bought him yet. He's the only one I haven't bought. And I've got players like Kemp there, Tobias Kemp, who's a backup really for Division 2. But if I could play him in there, I'm sorry, not Division 2 now because he's moved, hasn't he? He's with Darmstadt in the champion side of things now, so that's why I put Kemp there, I've just remembered, yeah. So he got promoted last year, so he's now in the top leagues, and he will be in the Bundesliga next season, unless he moves, of course. And we've filled in quite a lot of these places here, but obviously the cap team, you'll see here, there's a couple of names down here that are also on the subs bench. But the cap team, I don't even know what cap I'll go for, but it's I'm hoping to sort of look around it, and they're just like spare players who will get thrown in, maybe to the 240, 270, and it depends who's left and what fixtures we've got available. But that was my team that I just put together quickly then, so you can see it's what I've just shown you basically on the on Sorare itself. But it's just for me to have a quick look at what I can see. Now going back into Sorare data then, I've got a look at my Challenger under 23s. It is a private one, so I don't know why I haven't made it public. It's a private one just for me to look at, or I'd end up clutching up all the watch lists. So these are the players that I'm looking at and that I think are going to do okay next season. So these are the under 23 challengers then. You know, the likes of, you'll know all these anyway. You know, Gula, Bacharina again there, Kochu, who I think might be, he's getting older now, isn't he? Kochu might have another year left. Kirkes, a few goalkeepers there. Geertrude's an interesting one. 76 look for his last 5, and then 65 for his last 15. Massive player, Geertrude, and probably gets overlooked quite a bit. Then we've got Julian Timber again. Gonçalo Inacio probably going to move at some time, I would think. Ricardo Pepe, they got relegated this year with his team Cardigan, and I think he's going to move on as well. He might end up at like Feyenoord or PSV or something. I heard rumours of these. I can't remember which team it was, but it's one of the ones at the top. Bakayoko looks decent, doesn't he? Gone off the boil a little bit just recently in the last games of the season, but Nico Mantle, he's on the list, but I don't think I'm going to actually press a button on getting him just yet anyway. Van Nieuwek's gone quiet as well. And then Branthwaite, I believe, is he staying, but Everton don't want him to stay, so he might be a champion player now. Jari Shauran been injured for quite a while, hasn't he? And then Jobi Vitesse also out injured at the moment. But that's my challenger side, or challenger players and targets that I'm looking at. If we also have a look at the champion one, because I think I've done champion under 23 as well. And these are going to be big names, of course, because they're in the champion side of things, so you should know most of these on here now. And what I'll do is I'll put it into a list and I'll put the valuation, the highest one at the top. And I'll do it in valuation because obviously the floor prices at the moment are just outrageous, aren't they? Well, that's a good price for Saka, 75. Valuation 82 and he's at 75. But most of these are £68 for valuation and he's at £107 for floor price. People just trying to look a little bit. But we've got some keepers on there as well, you know, Chevalier there. I've got Camavinga in here who I need to bring back in. Desperately need to bring back in. Enzo Fernandez on this list. Mamadashvili, the goalkeeper. Even Gabriel Martinelli, I don't know if he'll stay at Arsenal. Maybe you Arsenal fans will answer below in the comments. Cherki, of course. Vardiol, Bacola, I like Bacola at the moment. And Evan Ferguson, or Ivan Ferguson, whatever you want to say. He's going to be a big season, I think, this year. Should do quite well for Brighton this year. Saliba, who's been injured, coming back. Enzo Lefebvre's gone quiet, but again, a great player. Down at what, 24 quid? Ansu Fati's still not made it yet, and I'm not sure he's ever going to get to the levels he was, with all the hype was around him. But Tonali, £21 for Tonali, as his average price. It's just ridiculous. Ibrahimovic, I'm pretty sure this is Zlatan's son. I haven't looked at it yet, but got some good facts and figures about him when you look at them. Sven Botman again. I think Botman's going to have a team built up now. You know, the Newcastle are going to spend a lot of money, aren't they, I think, and Botman's going to stay in them plans, I would have thought. I think Fabian Schär will be the first one to go out the defence, so alongside Dan Burn, and I think Newcastle will build and build, and they'll be pretty unstoppable, I think. Possibly this season, maybe the one after. Giovanni Reina, still a great player, only 20 years old, he's been around for years, and with a lot of injuries also. Hopefully he gets over them. Curtis Jones has been playing for Liverpool now, and Fabio Vieira. Broken at Arsenal a little bit, was on the bench quite a bit. When he came in, he looked decent, but he's got to get that breakthrough season. I can see him being loaned out again, back to Portugal maybe into Netherlands. Then we've got Lotka, who I think will eventually take over at Dortmund or move on. Decent young goalkeeper, that. So they are my teams then. And only a week ago I was talking about keeping the rares and really going for the rares, and then any winnings I got would be put into limiteds to build them up. But I like the limiteds. I like this, having the top players and whoever you want basically. So I'm doing the limiteds just for the fun side of it. It'd be great to make a bit of money, wouldn't it, with rewards and stuff, but I just like the fun of building the teams up. And it doesn't bother me that much if I don't win a lot. I just like building the teams and then watching them play on the weekends. But I think these will win the rewards, so it's best of both worlds, really, isn't it? But you can see me on Twitter there, the Wakester2286, or you can get me on Discord at Wakey1309 there. Come and have a chat with me. I'm quite happy to chat all day about football if I'm not at work. But as I said before, if you like the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe as well. I'm going to do a few videos now on the under-23s again. Love the under-23 side of football. And I also might do something like, I've tried this before, Road to Glory, but all the prices crashed when we were doing Road to Glory the first time. I might go in again and, not even do it as real life. I might not get my real players into my gallery, but I might do building a team with like 10 quid. See how they get on. Just look at the scores each week and keep a track of it. Build a team for 50 quid. Build a rare team for like 500 quid. I haven't got that 500 quid to build it, but we can do a video on it and keep them players in and look at the scores and how they would have got on and so. So I might do something like that. So, hope you enjoyed that. It's just a quick look at my gallery again so you know where I am this week, because it changes every week, doesn't it? But I think I'm going to keep this one now. I want to get these XP levels up. Obviously, all the cards that I've got now lose their XP or their season card bonus, in a few weeks' time, basically. We might have it for a few weeks starting the new season, but we will lose that 5% season bonus pretty quick. So I need to build up this XP once they're in training before the summer starts. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.